Welcome back to the Stoop Football Fans. It's your boy Lolo. I got Mark. We're in Brooklyn on a beautiful, sunny 2021 day.
Happy New Year,
Happy
everyone.
New Year. Happy New Year. And not quite a Happy New Year so far for Liverpool. There's a lot of crying going on in first place. So we are checking in with our boy Chris. Chris, the number-crunching Liverpool fan. And he's going to tell us what New Year's resolutions he has for his club. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell. You'll be notified every time we got a new video out. All right, let's get to it. All right, Chris, what's going on, man? Our Liverpool fanatic back on the stoop with us. Happy New Year, first of all.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Excited to blow this title lead like the one we did 2 years ago. So let's bring it on.
Gloom and doom for Liverpool. They're such fucking crybabies, these guys. You and your coach, man. I love him to death, but you lose a match or two, and it's like, well, we need 5 subs, and he gets this, and he, it's just like, dude, you're in first place. Like, all you gotta do is maintain your crappy form, and you'll win the league.
I love him. He is as sore of a loser as I am. So we're a perfect match. Like, I like it. His emotions are always on display. He's getting picked on a lot in the media. Usually he's like a media darling. But yeah, I'm all for 5 subs, man.
Dude, I just think
time in the world.
I just
Give
think
me
like
4 at least.
People might actually listen to his complaints if you guys were in like 5th place. But he's
you guys are playing
whining and crying.
You guys have gone through a slew of injuries and barely missed a step.
Yeah. And this is a year when everybody's dropping points, and you guys, it's a good year to be dropping points, I'd say. Like last year, the league would be over by now. City would have had the title.
I think there's, possibly even like 13, 14 teams that can make a run at European places. Still are, especially with Arsenal. We're not talking about them, but, I think they're still in that hunt. I think it's just more optically, like, some of the losses and the draws, like, we're losing the teams that can park the bus against us. And we're just missing that creativity to kind of break it down. Like, we tend to do better when we almost look a little more, what's the word I'm looking like? Almost like kamikaze style, right? Like when we're just running up the field and we're faster than everyone else and we make a pass quicker than someone else, we get someone in. But when the game slows down, we look a little lost. And we look a little bit like how Man City did in the first couple of weeks of the season, where they had all of the ball and had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
But I'll take first place. Or, I guess United's got a game in hand, but we play them next, so I can't wait to punish them.
Yeah.
But I'll take where we're at. I thought we'd be 2nd or 3rd place this year and won first place, or tied for it.
Well, I think you're totally right. It seems ridiculous to say that that Liverpool is lacking creativity up front when you have Mane, Salah, Firmino, Are you
guys
kidding
got some
me?
of the best position players in the world.
But here's the issue. Where he's talking about is the connecting players. When you have Wijnaldum, you have Jordan Henderson playing as a center back or something. Like have those. You have your super creative midfielders who don't get all the praise. They're playing back to cover a weak back line. So it's easier to just sit a man or two on those 3 big name players. I get it.
I think we might be better off right now, especially how he's playing at right back. He's almost having like Henderson and Trent switch positions. I think Henderson could play right back all day.
Without a leader like Van Dijk, Trent's defensive flaws are being shown every week.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's probably, maybe after Thiago, maybe the best passer on the team. So, I think he's eventually going to be a center mid. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah. It's just right now the person who's in his position is Henderson. Henderson's the captain. I think over time Henderson becomes like your Milner, the guy who kind of provides leadership, can play every single position, and Trent's further up the field because that's where he wants to be anyway, right? Yeah. But right now, I mean, it's a little bit of a joke, but the type of player who could unlock that offense when it slows down is like an Ozil. He's definitely not coming to Liverpool, but someone like that, he would open up lanes that just look slammed shut right now.
Well, and maybe you guys relied a little bit too heavily on Jota. That now that he's not available, you're feeling it.
I think obviously he was a known commodity because he played at Wolves, but how he was going to play within Liverpool's system, I think, was not fully understood, and he was playing in a way that I don't think he was at Wolves.
No, not at all.
So, he was great there, but he was excellent, and I think we definitely notice him missing. I'm not going to complain about injuries. Every team's got a lot of injuries. It just happens that ours are really are all in one position. Like Van Dijk's out, Gomez is still out, and then Joel Matip gets hurt every other week. So we're almost certainly, I think, going to have to buy a center back in January. Yeah. Matip, I was looking it up, hasn't played more than 20 games in each of the last 2 seasons and hasn't played more than 30 ever in England. So for whatever reason, even when he's healthy, he's like one sprint away from being out for a month.
Yeah. Well, this is getting us into, let's hear, knowing all this that we've just said, I think that was a good assessment of where we're at with Liverpool. What is your club's New Year's resolution or resolutions? What would you say they need to focus on in the immediate and for the rest of the year?
I don't know if staying healthy is something that you can control, but this year, given how open it is right now, I think we can actually afford to try to play in some different ways. So right now, the attacking three isn't working. So I'd like to see some variation on the lineup. Especially, you have to do it anyway, just because of the injuries we have, and you kind of have a lot of round pegs and square holes.
Yeah. So that would be, if we were to lump that into or fit that into a generic New Year's resolution, it would be put yourself out there and try new things.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always go to that voice, but that's my New Year's resolution voice. I'm going to be fit, and I'm going to try new things. I'm going to do a baking class. And I'm going to start Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield.
That's the type of thing I'm talking. Well, unfortunately, there's not, unless you play Fabinho or Henderson in right back. I mean, that's what you would have to do. Maybe Milner at right back. I think experimenting with Trent somewhere in the midfield, further up. Let's see if he can pick a pass. Everyone knows he can cross it from 40 yards out, but I think he has the ability to pick a pass and play through Firmino or Mane.
And dude, he's so young. He's so young. You could make him whatever you wanted him to be.
Absolutely.
I think we're just seeing more and more that his love is not for defending. His love is for the glory.
Yeah. No, I think if we were more in like a Wolves-like system where we had 3 center backs and he was more of a wing back, he could get away with it.
Yeah.
We're 4 in the back, which means you have to get back and defend. Yeah. And, God bless him, like Robertson. Robbo gets as forward as Trent does and always gets back.
Dude.
He's the player of the year.
Does Scotland just grows defensive players like him? Because Tierney is a mini Robbo right now. How do they just never run out? And not to mention, not to harp on Arsenal, but playing in the snow, he's like no gloves, shorts, no. Danny Ceballos is in like the zip-up puffy coat running around.
He's got a wearable sleeping bag on.
And Tierney's like, "Fuck, let's go, lads." But Robertson has been your shining star this season. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I wish he'd shoot a little more like Tierney did. That was a beautiful goal, by the way.
Tierney never shoots.
No kidding.
Tierney never shoots either. So it's surprising that he took it.
I want to see Robertson's right foot after seeing Tierney's.
Man, it was surprising. Mark has a good a New Year's resolution for you.
You know, I think for Liverpool it would be maybe work on not complaining so much. You know, we hit around it earlier. I want Jurgen to just pipe down. You manage arguably the best team in the Premier League, the defending champions. You have some of the best position players in the world, and I'm talking to you, Jurgen. Pipe down a little bit. Stop your whining. You're whining about that you don't have enough substitutions. You're whining about Man United getting awarded too many penalties.
Now that's a valid point.
Regardless, it was ridiculous that he felt the need after he loses to Southampton to talk about Man United and their penalties. Jurgen, you're in first place. You are really not supposed to be there given your injuries, and yet you are.
No kidding.
You know, the thing about asking Jurgen to pipe down is that his unfiltered approach is why he's as brilliant as he is annoying to some folks. So
I can see that.
You got to take the good with the bad. I'm a total homer. I'm so biased. Like, I don't hear any of the criticism about Jurgen. You can criticize all of the players you want, but he is the star of the show. Yeah. Well, you know, whether that's how it's supposed to be or not.
It's definitely hard to hate him. You know, he's just a very likable coach.
Yeah, so I would say New Year's resolution would be bulk up the squad, bulk up the squad a little bit, meaning get some defenders in. I think you need some defenders because I think your midfield problems will be solved by pushing your midfielders back where they belong, by pushing Jordan Henderson back to be that unsung playmaker that he is, the leader of the team out there. Thiago will be healthy and you'll be fine there. Fabinho will be in there. Sell Origi right now to one of these teams that need him. Sell him to Sheffield United or freaking Wolves or somewhere like that.
You don't just send him to Sheffield United. Yeah.
No, they could really use him. He would play every single match.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
And he's not terrible.
I think in a lot of ways, when I talked about mixing it up, whenever Origi comes on, for whatever reason, they put him at like left wing to replace Mane. Like, we could use in those moments where we can't break someone down. He's a relatively tall, strong striker. Like, we probably could have benefited by plopping him in the middle. Like, because sometimes you see, Trent and Robertson like swinging in these crosses, and there's no one even near 6 feet tall in the box. Like, I mean, I think he probably will get sold, and I think Wolves would be a great fit as kind of a Jimenez,
Exactly. That's a good thought. I mean, if you're not going to play him, sell him because he does. He's a Champions League winner. He's a Premier League winner. He's got value. Yeah. He's got value now. Another season on the bench, he may not have as much value.
Yeah, I think there was maybe even a missed opportunity. I know he came in the last game, but even to put Chiarelli in like a number 10 role, I think he's a better passer than anyone else in the front three. Do I think either of those guys are going to be on the team next year? Probably not. Yeah. I don't think Salah's going to be around next year. So we already have to start looking towards some replacements. I don't know if you guys saw LeBron James and Kylian Mbappe. They switched their Twitter profile pictures. LeBron James is a partial owner of Liverpool, like a very small percentage. So there's there's some rumors out there.
So like a Packer fan, like a Packer fan's got a little plaque and the single share.
No, I think he owns a little bit more than a single Packer fan.
He owns a little bit more than that.
But that's the problem. You don't need Mbappe. You don't need a player like Mbappe. You have 3 players like Mbappe. That's the problem. You don't have an Olivier Giroud.
Everyone needs Mbappe.
No, you have Mane and Salah and Firmino. What you need is.
Oh, I'm saying Salah's good. I don't think.
Oh
Salah's
yeah,
good.
if Salah goes. But Mane and Firmino could run that team if you had a central figure, if you had a Haaland or Vardy or even Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a player like that that's an out-and-out striker. Because you've got Salah and Mane who, yes, score a ton of goals, but they're not in the box catching headers, They're doing incredible things.
Don't ruin my Mbappe dream. Come on.
You can have him if you want him. But
Let's make it happen.
trade him for Salah, and that's a downgrade in my book. Mbappe won the World Cup at too young of an age.
You got to get him away from Neymar at this point.
He's another one who's drinking his own Kool-Aid. Thank you for spending time with us, Chris, and talking about your team. Best of luck to
Good seeing you, man.
To you and your family, and I hope your team fails. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click all those buttons down there and talk to us in the comments. What do you think about this? What do you think Liverpool's New Year's resolution should be? All right?
All right.
See you on the next one, Chris.
Peace.
See you guys.
Peace.